What's up, you guys? Today, the old XJ's getting a lunchbox locker put in it. So to do this, you gotta jack the front end up, put it on jack stands. I got long arms, so I always set my jack stands under the long arms. You always want to give it a good shake test. Don't forget your parts on your Jeep. Toss it on the hood of a Toyota, you know. Then you can give it a kick test, make sure it's good. So, rip the lugs off. It is always amazing how these chrome lug nuts manage to get stuck in an impact socket. No matter how many times you've taken them off, they will always get stuck in one. Alright, now you bump the tire, pull it off. I'm always a big fan of drop it, put it underneath the vehicle, because if it falls, at least it falls on something. Run back over to this side, bump the tire, pull it off, do the same thing. Okay, now you got the tires off. See, I didn't do a good pressure washing job. Maybe that's why the brake's been kind of making a little noise, who knows. Anyways, okay, so axle nuts, 36 millimeter. 1/2 inch impact is the easiest way, and if you don't have an impact, you can always leave the wheel on, get the socket and a breaker bar and break them loose, and then jack it up and take the wheels off. That's the easy way to do it if you ain't got an impact. That one come loose easy peasy. There she went. If at first you don't succeed, keep on hammering. Alright, so the axle seal nuts are loose. There's a little washer that's behind them. Sometimes I can dig them out with my fingers, sometimes I can't. It's just how it goes that day. Anyways, next step, caliper's gonna come off, which pretty basic. 2 bolts on the back, you undo them all the way, you pull this off, then your rotor comes off. You do it vice versa, both sides, just the same way. You can spread your caliper apart a little bit and hang it right here on your long arm if you have them, or if you don't, never let it hang by the brake line. Hang it either by the spring or the gas shock or something. Just hang it on something. Don't let the brake line hang, it makes it fatigue. Alright, next step, after you remove the caliper and the rotor, you want to undo your wheel bearing, and mine has already recently been done, so it ain't gonna be that hard to get out. As you can tell, 5 minutes in the mud, man. Look, all this was nice and clean. I pressure washed this thing like crazy the other day. And yes, before you wonder, they were torqued to spec, like 50 foot-pounds or some crazy stuff like that. I broke them loose, because I know my snap-on junk, you know, ain't gonna do it. Anyways, take your bolts. A good idea and a good practice whenever you're taking stuff like this apart, always keep your bolts separate. Your wheel bearing bolts, your axle nut bolts, your lug nuts. I mean, some people might mistake them for, I don't even know. People do some crazy stuff. I've seen some weird stuff in the automotive field. Anyways, you just kind of shimmy your wheel band, and she's out. She's dirty. She don't make any noise. She good. Next, you want to do is you pull your shaft out. So when you pull your shaft out, don't take that in a bad way. It's an axle shaft, you guys. Be mature. You pull your shaft out. Oh yeah. I definitely think the seal is, well, yeah. There's some milky, muddy gear oil. No, I better not lick it. Anyways, you pull your shaft out, and this side's free and ready to go. I'm gonna hop off here, switch this other side, and just like that, it should be done. All right, you guys. Next step, I have the BK Fabwork high clearance crossover steering kit. It's super great because I can keep my stabilizer bars, which, as you can see, mine is non-existent. I yeeted it because it made me mad. Tired of always having to disconnect it. Didn't want to spend the money on quick disconnects. And let's be realistic, I will not daily drive this thing. I thrash it, and as you guys will see in these next upcoming videos, why I won't daily drive it. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to show out and hit some pretty rowdy stuff. That'll be this weekend. Anyways, you're gonna take this loose. Let that bar swing down. Then you can just move it out of the way. And what's great with this kit from BK Fabworks, I'm not for sure if any other kits like this, but when you get over the axle track bar, you can do over the knuckle steering kit. So this bar, instead of becoming below the knuckle, will go over the knuckle. And gives you more clearance, all that good stuff, all the good stuff you want. So that's what's good about buying this BK Fabwork kit. It does both. So we'll swing it out of here. And you can swing this thing, I mean, as far as you want. Get it completely out of the way. Trip people when they walk by, I don't care. Ain't my problem. You should watch where you walk. All right. Now, what we're doing, and by the way, I will suggest buy the outer axle tubes seals, because this is what causes your tubes and your axles to get rusty, to get pitted, to destroy the seals on the inside, all that good stuff. So get the outer axle seals. I'm gonna order mine probably tonight. They ain't gonna be here for this weekend, but I'll tear it back down apart and put them in. I'll definitely make a video of that if you guys want me to. Let me know down in the comments. And remember, if you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe it, comment, tell me I'm stupid, tell me I'm doing it wrong, do whatever you want. You know, just let me know your feedback. If there's a different way you guys know doing it, please let me know, because I'm getting tired of tearing this front end apart. This is like the 5th time I've done it, because I've been doing piece at a time. We ain't rich here. We just do piece at a time and get it where it needs to go. Anyways, we're gonna take this cover off. We're gonna drain the fluid, and I'm hoping that maybe the seal wasn't bad enough. When I was bogging deep in the mud holes last weekend, a bunch of water didn't get in here. But I've got a strong feeling she's gonna be milky. She's gonna be like the Milky Way. So I'm gonna cut this here and get this cover off. Okay, now I see a lot of people on YouTube all the time, grab a rubber mallet or grab a block of wood. Nah, we're using a carpenter's hammer. You putting that bad boy in. Look at the milk. See that? It's mixed with water. Now it's got that lighter color in it. That means she got to taste the forbidden water juice. Not good. But as you can see, man, this front end's been rebuilt not too long ago. Didn't know that. You can see right here by that really fresh washer back there. It's kind of hard to see, super shiny, but yeah, someone's been in here fairly recently It's still 355 gear ratio, so I guess that's all that matters. We're gonna roll this over, and right there's the mess. This gear on this side and these bottom ones are gonna be replaced by the lunchbox. But to do that, I have to take these 4 bolts out. Now, when you take these 4 bolts out, you always want to pay attention. There's an arrow or some type of indication that tells you which way this cap goes. And you cannot flip this cap with this cap because it will not be shimmed right. It'll eat your ring gear. It'll tear everything up. Just don't mess them up. In my preference, I say keep the same bolt in the same hole you take it out of. So what you can do is, if like you're doing what I'm having to do and waiting overnight, is we're gonna take this bolt out and this bolt and this cap. We're gonna get a cardboard box and we're gonna set them on the box. And when we set them on the box, we're gonna put in the same location as I pulled it out here. The cap has a little arrow somewhere. This looks like it on mine. I can't really tell. I need to wipe it up and clean it. It's pretty early. So right there's that one, and right here's this cap. They both got 2 different markings on them, so you can kind of tell left from right. So, and another thing, your phone is a great tool. Take pictures, videos, whatever you got to do to remember how this stuff goes back together. I've done this a handful of times, taking this apart. I know it really well. So, okay. I'm going to get the stuff to take out the carrier, and we're going to slide her out. Make sure we don't mix up the shims and all that good, beautiful stuff. Get this housing cleaned out, and probably call it for the night. All right. So we'll remember the 317R, yada, 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 will go like this. So this number is going to be on the inside. I'm going to just set that there. Got the forbidden mixture on me. We're going to rip this side loose the rest of the way. This thing should not just fall out. It should be kind of a snug fit. And just remember, there is, supposedly, is some spacers in here. Maybe not. I may have lied to you. But the bearing caps. Okay. So this is what your carrier is. Little bitty baby Dana 30 carrier. We're going to set this right here. Okay. All the teeth look great on it. That's all I got to complain about. I mean, it looks great on the inside here. Let's see this thing. We're going to inspect these seals because I think we can see the problem already. Alright. This seal, I don't think you're going to see it. There's a small little crack on this side, but you can see inside my tube, coated in mud and water and fluid and all the stuff you don't want. So, these axle seals are going to get switched out with some new ones. And then we're going to get outer axle seals to help save the inners. And it's a good thing to clean all this, brake cleaner, and make it spotless, make it look good, get all the dirt and grime, all that good stuff. So, these spider gears right here, they're gonna be gone. It's going to be lunchbox lockered after tomorrow. Alright, you guys. Now, another thing is keep these bearing races on the same side of, the bearing it come off of when you pulled it out. Because they have wear patterns that wear into them, and it's just good practice to keep them on the same side.